Namaste. Let us talk about the wounds we carry in our lives. So, when you talk about wounds, in the early days, the wounds used to be physical wounds. People had to do manual work, go in the forest to gather things and hunt and all those things. So, physical wounds were a part of life. But now, in our setup, we are all intellectuals. So, where do you think the wounds come from? From the words others use. And it is interesting to see that somebody tell you something and it affects deeply inside of you. And that person told just a few seconds. And you carry this wound for years together. So, what is the harm in carrying the wound? Because it affects your day to day behavior. And also, there is pain associated with that inside of you. So, what happens is, with the passage of time, we forget the actual incidents. Only once in a while it comes to your mind when you see that person or something like that. Otherwise, 24/7 you are not remembering that. But 24/7 it is affecting your behavior to others. And also, I want to tell this aspect. So, you heard somebody's words and it affected you deeply. But many times it happens you perceived something from those words, but actually, the person who told did not mean that at all. We never care to clarify, ask a couple of more questions and ask whether that person did mean that what we are thinking. We just assume that this is what he meant and carry that wounds for years together inside us. So I remember when my kids were small, one day they came from school and one daughter was very sad. Somebody called her donkey. Okay. So I asked her, do you think you are a donkey? She told, no, of course I'm not a donkey. So if that is not the truth, why should you be affected by that? So her face brightened up halfway through. Then I asked, suppose that friend called you donkey because you carry some traits of the donkey. Okay. So in that case, you need to look inside of you and correct that behavior. So that friend has given you a chance to improve. What do you think? Yes, her whole face brightened up completely. So that is how you have to take the words of others. Is it the truth? Then try to improve. If it is not the truth, why should you let it affect you? So I told you we carry the wounds and it affects our behavior. It affects our life, how we are not allowed to enjoy the life to the maximum. We are here to enjoy the life. Of course, the external the incidents that we don't have any control. We have to go through certain experiences, but it is just to go through those experiences, and gain the wisdom and experience from that. That's all it is to it. So when these wounds, they are festering wounds inside you, they are open wounds. It is not seen. So if there is a physical wound, what should be done? You should go to a doctor who can deal with that, who can apply medications and heal it. And what happens to the internal wounds? Do you think you can manage yourself? Yeah. If you are so much into spiritual path, you do a lot of self work, you can come out of it. But it will be much more easy if you approach a therapist who can find out what is the wound and then help you to heal it. Okay. So this keep in mind, you are the only one who can heal. A therapist is just helping you to heal those wounds. So we have to acknowledge, many of the people know they don't even acknowledge that they have a problem. They are still carrying the words of somebody which was told years back. So first of all, you acknowledge, yeah, there is some problem with me. I used to be, very trusting earlier. Nowadays, I cannot trust people. So go deep inside and see what was that caused the shift. So acknowledge that and accept the presence of those wounds and surrender to that. And then finally, release them. So it is here that a therapist comes in. It can be a great help if you find a proper therapist and approach, and then you will see how your life transforms. Every day becomes a celebration. We don't have to carry old wounds, absolutely not needed. So please do think in those terms. Bye for now, until next time.